For over 100 years, the Anti-Defamation League has imagined a world without hate, a world of peace and cooperation, where children are raised to respect each other, where anti-Semitism, hatred, and extremism exist only in memory, and where justice and fair treatment prevail. Since a central belief of the ADL is the ideal that no child is born to hate, but rather learns prejudice, and that no adult is too old to learn to shed long-held prejudices, let's begin there, with our award-winning education programs. Programs that prepare people to live, study, and work in a pluralistic nation and a global community. For example, the ADL's groundbreaking A World of Difference Institute. To date, an astounding 51 million people have been impacted by this program. And here in the Midwest, more than 50,000 individuals are reached each year. People of all ages have learned to celebrate differences, identify bias, and confront bigotry through this program.
The reason why I'm involved in ADL is simply because I believe in the mission. And the mission is about protecting the rights of the Jewish people and for all people. The idea of people getting picked on, harassed, ostracized, humiliated, ridiculed, these are terrible things. And that's not a world that I want to be a part of. I don't want my child to be living in that kind of world. And so I want to do something about that. And ADL does that, and it does it really well.
The Anti-Defamation League has changed a lot for me, personally and professionally. It's changed how I view the world. It's changed how I learn to speak out. At first, for so many years, I would see things and I wouldn't know exactly how to speak out. And through the experiences that I've had with the Anti-Defamation League, I've really learned how to combat injustice and how to stand up and say, no, that's not right.
Our commitment to education also extends to sharing our experience with people who are experts in their field, among them professionals in law enforcement. ADL trains more law enforcement officers than any other non-governmental organization in the country. Thousands of police and federal agents have gained invaluable training from the ADL to help combat domestic terrorism, white supremacists, and anti-government extremists.
The Anti-Defamation League is someone that I use as a resource on a weekly basis. Sometimes we might not know what a symbol is, or what a piece of graffiti might be, or a hate mail. And I'll pick up the phone and I'll call the ADL office and I'll speak to the local resource. And 9 times out of 10, he has all the answers. The first thing that you need to do is get to know your local ADL office. I think it's very important for the ADL to continue to work with law enforcement agencies because we don't have all the resources. There's no limits to what the ADL does.
ADL drives policy at the state and federal level, helping to lead the fight for marriage equality legislation and the passage of common sense hate crime laws, such as the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crime Prevention Act.
Just recently with marriage equality, of course, a couple of years ago in pushing for civil unions, they were out there making the case that this is not just an issue that's important for us because it's just for gay couples and lesbian couples, it's a civil rights issue.
As long as anti-Semitism remains a pernicious and powerful force, ADL vows to serve as a powerful counterforce of its own. ADL's interactive, confronting anti-Semitism program equips Jewish youth and adults with constructive and effective strategies to confront anti-Semitic incidents and persistent stereotypes. The program aims to counter and diffuse anti-Semitism before attitudes and rhetoric translate into hateful action. Confronting anti-Semitism participants are taught effective response strategies, giving them the confidence, motivation, and skills to confront what they see and hear.
As a result of participating in this program, I'll try to use some of the strategies we've learned and not just brush the comment off as a joke as I would have before.
But our efforts are not simply about tearing down walls of hate. They're also based on building bridges. Intergroup, interfaith activities are vital to our mission. Few examples prove this more clearly than ADL's partnership with the Archdiocese and Catholic school educators. The program offers both a historical perspective on issues of prejudice and contemporary strategies to confront it. The ADL's belief: the fight against anti-Semitism is the fight against bigotry, directed at any group, and the fight for diversity that values everyone. For 100 years, the ADL has led this fight. We can, without hesitation, celebrate a century of progress. Progress that likely exceeds the dreams of those who took the ADL's first brave steps against anti-Semitism in 1913. Let's leave the true celebration to our children's children. 100 years from now, let us dream that they will gather to celebrate a complete victory over anti-Semitism and bigotry. Let that be our goal. A gift, a legacy, a better world for them.